What up, what up? I'm back at it again with another video. Before I get into the video, please give this video a thumbs up. I'm trying to get to 60 likes on this video, so help me out. Every like counts. For today's video, I'm going to be talking about a tweet of mine that went viral. I went viral again. And what it's like going viral on Twitter. So the tweet in question reads, "So you mean to tell me after I process my feelings, communicate effectively, and establish boundaries, I will have to do it again tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that?" And so let's take a minute to let that sink in. As you all know, I talk about mental wellness on this channel and emotional intelligence, and to me it's real to like talk about how hard this stuff is sometimes, and how it's always a process. Like, healing is a journey, it's a process, it's ongoing. It's not like you get to this place and like you're just completely healed of every single thing. And similarly with like emotional intelligence, I feel like we're always learning and we're always having to challenge our perspectives and challenge the perspectives of others and learn and grow. And sometimes that shit is exhausting. That's why I think I go so hard with like a lot of these pages sounding really fake and like toxic positivity, because it's like that shit is not always light and love. Like, that shit is not always fun. That shit is not always easy. It is not always easy to cut toxic people out of your life. Sometimes you're the toxic person. We can all be toxic. We all have the capacity to be both good and bad. Sometimes a mix of both of those things. So yeah, like, this tweet went pretty viral and actually got me some attention on Instagram as well. What I do like about going viral is like the responses. Sometimes the responses to tweets are like really funny or thoughtful or whatever. So I just want to read a couple of them to y'all. "It literally takes so much out of me to set boundaries one time and I need a nap to recover." Bruh, this shit is exhausting. It was easier being toxic and ignorant. Facts. "Me at my therapist every session. This me thinking about having to cook, eat, and clean again tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that." And wait, okay, cause I think somebody said it gets easier or something like that. So I want to read that one because that one is like a bit more hopeful, right? "The good thing is it does get easier with practice. It just becomes muscle memory after a while. It's like a way of you just showing up for yourself. That's just like what you do." So a part of going viral that I don't like is that depending on what the tweet is, people will come at you crazy. People will like try to like dunk on you or clown you or ratio you or whatever, right? And I don't know, like, there's something about like Twitter that sometimes can bring out like really mean parts of people, and since it's just words and not tone, a lot of times people can project onto your tone or like project onto the words written. So that is really annoying. But what I normally do now is, if a post gets a lot of likes within like a couple seconds, I usually just mute it right away, whether it goes viral or not, because I just kind of get overwhelmed by it. And then another part of going viral that I don't like is that, yeah, you went viral, you helped Twitter be better for its users or whatever, right? But you don't get any money from that. I be complaining about my mental health all the time, and it's like people are like either laughing with me or laughing at me or whatever. All right, but y'all could like slide me $2 and that could like help me with my therapy session or something. Send me a resource or something. I don't know, like, it's this weird thing. I mean, nobody owes me that, but still, it would be nice. I want to read other tweets of mine that have gone viral. "Reminder, give yourself permission to grieve all the plans you had for this year that went awry, including but not limited to romance, sex, friendships, family, career-wise, financials, moving, traveling, mental health." So that one is right up my lane, right in my vein of what I do on this channel. So is this one. "Rest is not a waste of time." And this tweet got a lot of numbers, which was like surprising to me, because I don't know, like sometimes you'll like have an idea for like an idea, just a fleeting idea, and then it's just like you just tweet it out. But if you just do it like repetitively, sometimes that like takes for some reason, versus like other things. Sometimes I'll make these really in-depth threads about like anger, or these really amazing threads about like emotional intelligence, and then it's like, yeah, like it might get some engagement, but 10 likes, you know, whatever. But it's always just fascinating, like what goes viral and what doesn't. Just weird. The algorithm, people, human nature, I don't know. And then I also got some other tweets that are kind of outside of my lane of what I normally talk about on here. My thoughts nonetheless. So this tweet was about Medusa, and that Medusa really needs her own movie written and directed by women who understand the ways patriarchy has painted her, a sexual abuse survivor, as a villain all these years. yours. Another one is, do non-black people really not understand that do-rags serve a functional purpose for us? That though they're fly as in our fashion statements, black hair needs to be maintained with satin scarves, wraps, etc. overnight, or it will dry out, get messed up, stand on end, etc. So I talk a lot about hair on hair. Yeah, I feel like that's self-explanatory, and that was a really good thread, by the way. And then this one, I'm not homophobic, I just don't agree with the life. And then the person couldn't finish what they were gonna say. They couldn't finish the violent thing that they were gonna say because, you know, reasons. So that was about going viral. Now I kind of want to talk about like my channel. So I know a couple of months ago I said that I am leaving YouTube or might be leaving YouTube for a lot of different reasons, and you can check that video out. I did mean it at the time because I was really frustrated. But what I realized is that doing this, having these conversations is important for me, and it is a really nice hobby to have to keep my mind off of things. Helps me with my mental wellness because I am doing something to distract myself and also doing something that is somewhat productive, and also talking about things that make me feel better. So I think I will be on YouTube for quite some time. But I really want to shift gears on my channel. So up till now, I've really talked a lot about myself and mental wellness and masculinity and bisexuality, which is great. But I've done it from like a very like me focused perspective, which, you know, is what it is. But I think that what I want to do is really pivot outward. For a long time I really resisted this because I didn't want to talk about like trending topics, because I think that a lot of people do it really, really well. There are so many YouTubers who inspire me. So for example, Adrian Expression really inspires me. He is wonderful. Also people like Cat Black, who I've mentioned on this channel before. Also Kim from For Harriet. There's so many YouTubers who inspire me, and specifically like in the realms of like black mental wellness. Julius inspires me a lot. I love his channel so much, and I feel like in some ways a lot of what I have done has been, I guess, somewhat comparable to him or to his content. But he has bipolar disorder, and he talks a lot about bipolar disorder and other mental illnesses and things like attachment styles and things like that from like a very first person point of view, which is really wonderful and really needed to demystify and destigmatize, especially like what it is to live with bipolar disorder. And I feel like I have done a lot of that, but I think that in order for me to keep things interesting for me and also boundaried for me, it's important that I shift out of talking solely about myself. Even if I'm sharing certain stories and sharing certain perspective, I just kind of want to like talk about myself less in a way. So yeah, I'm just working on a schedule right now. I think what I'll do is, you know how every month has like a theme for the month. So, you know, last month February was Black History Month, and this month is Women's History Month, and also Bi Health Month. So I think what I will do is, going forward, my videos will have something to do with the theme of each month. So I feel like that will give me like more focus and specificity, while also allowing me like the room that I need to feel like creative and play and talk about like whatever I want to talk about, but just within the realms of like the context of the month. So I think I'll do things like that, and I think I'll also incorporate like music and film reviews on a regular basis, like at least once a month going forward, because though I do like talking about identity and things like that, and I know that a lot of people really do need that, because like looking at the stats of my content, the stuff with the most views is me talking about bisexuality, and I understand that there's just like such a need for that. But for me personally, it doesn't always feel so good to talk about identity all the time. For me, it doesn't always make me feel good to see myself as only black and bisexual. Yeah, I don't know, I don't like that. I like talking about it when I want to talk about it, or like, I don't know, maybe if something new is happening, or like I said, this is Bi Health Month, so maybe like for Bi Health Month, or maybe in June for like LGBT Pride Month, maybe things like that. Or if something happens in the media or news and I want to talk about it, then maybe I will. But I don't like the idea of like people only engaging me and only seeing me as a black bisexual man, feminine, whatever. I don't like that. So I'm gonna do something about it. I appreciate all of you who stick around and have stuck around and have been here since the beginning. So many of you have been here since the beginning, the early days, and I appreciate y'all so much. And I appreciate a lot of you who just got here. I want y'all to stay, but if y'all don't, that's okay. I think that you outgrow people or people outgrow you, and I don't want that to sound like so like negative, but yeah, like sometimes you like go through different seasons in your life and certain things or content really speaks to you, and then it doesn't speak to you a year later. And so on like from my perspective, that's kind of how I feel. Like, I don't know, I feel like I have been sort of passionate about a lot of the things that I've talked about on here, but I also feel like I want to shift and I want to change and I want to make content that feels interesting to me and challenging to me. So I hope that you all come along for the journey, and I appreciate all of y'all so much because y'all show me so much love in the comment section. If you've made it this far, please leave me some hearts down in the comment section below. It really helps people find my channel. And if you would like to help me out in any way, my Cash App and my Venmo information is right down below. So I'll see you next time. Peace.